Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I will be talking about some new feature of Spark 3.4. Okay, so usually sometime we have to create a data frame, right? Sometime we have to data frame and we need, and you know what we need to do at that time, we have to use that data frame into why it is not working. Let me refresh this button, just a minute. So sometimes what happens that we create a data frame and then we need to use that data frame into a SQL table or SQL functions, or we can say in Spark SQL, correct? So how we can do that in Spark SQL, in Spark 3.4. so let's see. So let me just create a small data frame for you. So let me write one Sagar, it's enough, and then create a data frame. So I'll just write df is equal to spark dot create data frame and data comma schema, right? So schema is what? ID. That's why I'm saying ID int, and name as string. Cool. Okay, and if I do display of df, then it will give me the result. Like, okay, let me click on no. Now what I am saying, hey Saga, since you can assume that I do not know pyspark now. I want to play with this data frame in my SQL statements. Then how we can do that? Usually what we do, we create a temporary view on top of this data frame, right? So I'll write like df dot create or replace temp view, or we can say view, and here I will give some name. Let's say test. Cool. Let me make it again. Now this test will work as a view, right? So if I write here SQL, so I can use like this. Now it will give me the same result, one Sagar, correct? Also, if you want to do the same thing in using Python only, then we can go with spark.sql function, which is a Spark SQL, right? And I can write the same formula, same query over here, and if I do here display, then it will give me the same result, correct? But this is the older way, like people used to do this way, because now you can assume that we are having around 10 to 5, 5 to 10 a data frame like this, and every time you have to create this temporary view and so, right? So it's better, what we can do in Spark 3.4, you can write spark.sql queries, okay, spark.sql queries like this. Now here I will go with a df. Okay, now what is this df? Df is the data frame which we have created over here, right? This is the data frame, and this is the inside this course we have to write our SQL query, and here I will use one parameter df is equal to what? Df. Okay, now if I run this, it should give me the same output, and if I do a display also, then I will show you that this is the output only. Cool, this is the same output. Now df is the parameter. You can see, let me hold over here. You can see signature is def SQL Spark is SQL queries, argument optional, this is this, and so cool. Now what if I change the name? So if I am changing the name, I have to come over here and change the name. Cool. Oh, sorry, here I have to pass df only. So now it will work. Cool. Likewise, you can also select only ID column if you want to choose only single column. So you do not need to create a views or tables or whatever it is, right, to use the data frame in a Spark SQL. So if you are using Spark 3.4, you can use this way. Cool. If you are someone who is preparing for Databricks, PySpark real-time scenario interview questions, then you can check out my course on my website. I will give the link in the description box. Here I have covered around 21 sessions till now, 4 modules and 3.5 hours of content. Here, if you can see, in the first module I have covered around interview question 1, interview question 2, and we have read CSV test from the location with different delimiter. All these 3 questions I have covered with the data files. In the second module I have covered how to optimize PySpark UDF, how solve the question using broadcast variables with some real-time experience, right? And then how to incremental load and full load in Spark SQL, real-time scenario questions on cache and persist. All these kind of questions, we can say based on the real-time scenario, some scenario based, not only what is cache, what is persist, not like that. Then we have call data frame in another notebook, and then we have why monotonically increasing ID method is not optimized. So we have to, I have just tried to tell you these all explanation in detail, right? Then we have Python and PySpark frameworks, and then we have problem solving questions. So cool. So this is not yet, right? This is not completed yet. I have to put more questions here, right? Mainly in part of miscellaneous interview questions, Python and PySpark framework, and problem solving questions. So you will not find out these kind of questions over YouTube, over Udemy, I believe, and the fees is also very less. Please use this discount coupon code. You will get 10% off whenever you are buying this course. Cool. And yeah, that's it. You can also install my application, Android application, by clicking here. And yep, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.